The biggest mistake people make when trying to fix their finances is assuming they just need more discipline. You might think that reading another budgeting book or tracking every single coffee purchase is the key to finally getting ahead. But the truth is that human beings are fundamentally terrible at relying on willpower. If you look at behavioral economics, you will see that trying to force yourself to be disciplined is actually the least effective way to build wealth. Over the next few minutes, I am going to share a completely different approach to a 6-month financial reset. This strategy is based on two fascinating psychological concepts called temporal landmarks and commitment devices. Instead of trying to become a perfectly rational person, you are going to learn how to actively weaponize your own laziness. I will show you exactly how to build an invisible system that forces your future self to make the right decisions automatically. But first, we need to understand why your current approach is silently working against you. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Willpower. Most of us operate under a psychological glitch called present bias. This is the tendency for our brains to heavily prioritize immediate comfort over long-term rewards. When you decide to turn your financial life around, you are making a promise on behalf of your future self. You genuinely believe that the version of you who wakes up tomorrow will be highly motivated, eager to cook at home, and thrilled to transfer money into a savings account. But the reality is that your future self is just as tired and stressed as your current self. When Friday night rolls around, the immediate comfort of ordering takeout completely overpowers the abstract concept of a comfortable retirement. Willpower is a finite resource that depletes as the day goes on. By the time you need to make critical spending choices, your mental battery is empty. This constant cycle of high motivation followed by inevitable failure creates a quiet sense of guilt. What if the secret to breaking this cycle is removing your ability to make a choice altogether? Chapter 2. The Fresh Start Effect. Before you can build new systems, you need to mentally sever ties with your past financial mistakes. Behavioral scientists refer to this as the fresh start effect. Research from experts like Katie Milkman shows that our brains naturally recognize specific dates as temporal landmarks. These landmarks act as a psychological firewall, creating a distinct separation between the old you who constantly overspent and the new you who is in control. This is why you should never start a financial reset on a random Tuesday. Instead, you need to deliberately choose a meaningful date, like the first day of a new season, your birthday, or a major holiday. By anchoring your reset to a temporal landmark, you open a new mental accounting period. It allows you to view past financial failures as the actions of a completely different person. This surge of initial optimism is incredibly powerful, but it is also fragile. A fresh start will only carry you for a few weeks unless you immediately lock it in place. Chapter 3. The Architecture of Constraint. To protect your fresh start, you have to embrace a concept known as commitment device. This is an arrangement you make in the present to restrict the options available to your future self. Think of it as building an architectural constraint around your money. The most famous historical example is Odysseus tying himself to the mast of a ship so he could hear the sirens without steering into the rocks. He knew his future self would be unable to resist temptation, so he removed the ability to steer entirely. In personal finance, a commitment device gives your current rational brain the final say. You are deliberately making bad habits incredibly difficult, costly, or completely impossible to execute. We are not going to rely on soft commitments like promising a friend you will save more money. We need hard commitments with tangible consequences that force compliance. There is one specific type of hard constraint that guarantees success, and it revolves around our deep fear of losing what we already have. Chapter 4. Weaponizing loss aversion. Human beings are wired with a trait called loss aversion, meaning the psychological pain of losing $20 is significantly stronger than the joy of finding $20. You can use this exact cognitive bias to force yourself into saving money. Through platforms developed by behavioral economists, you can enter a binding financial contract with yourself. You define a strict savings goal for the month and put your own money on the line. If you fail to hit that goal by the deadline, your staked money is automatically donated to an opposing charity. An opposing charity is an organization or political cause that you absolutely despise. The thought of your hard-earned money funding a cause you fundamentally disagree with is deeply uncomfortable. This brilliantly transforms the act of saving money from a boring chore into an urgent necessity. You are bringing the future consequences of your actions right into the present moment, completely overriding the urge to spend unnecessarily. But how do we handle daily temptations? Chapter 5. Friction Engineering. While the financial contract protects your big savings goals, you also need to redesign your daily environment to exploit your natural laziness. If something is slightly annoying to do, your brain will often just choose to skip it entirely. You can apply this by designing absolute friction into your spending habits. Go into your web browsers and food delivery apps right now and delete every single saved credit card. Next, take your physical credit cards, place them in a small lockbox, and put the key in a highly inconvenient location. If you want to buy something online, you will now have to physically get up, find the key, open the box, and manually type in the numbers. 9 times out of 10, the mere thought of that tedious process will convince you that you don't actually need the item. You are no longer fighting temptation with willpower. You are letting your inherent desire for comfort do all the heavy lifting. Still, there is one final vulnerability we must close. Chapter 6. Automated Artificial Scarcity. Even with maximum friction, keeping a large amount of cash in your primary checking account is incredibly dangerous. The moment you see a high balance, your subconscious brain adjusts your lifestyle to consume it. To prevent this, your money must completely vanish before you even register that you've been paid. You need to set up an aggressive automated transfer that moves your savings into a secondary account located at an entirely different bank. This secondary account must not have a debit card attached to it, and transferring money back to your main account should take at least 3 full business days. By isolating your wealth, you create an environment of automated artificial scarcity. You are effectively tricking your brain into operating as if you are much poorer than you actually are. Because accessing those funds requires a 3-day waiting period, impulsive purchases become literally impossible. This profound isolation forces you to live within a strict boundary, which perfectly sets the stage for the final phase of your 6-month reset. Chapter 7. The Identity Shift. Over the course of 6 months, a fascinating psychological shift will occur. When you combine a temporal landmark with relentless commitment devices, the daily struggle of managing money simply evaporates. The extreme friction and automated isolation become your new normal. You stop checking your secondary accounts, and the urge to make impulsive purchases naturally fades because the pathways to do so are blocked. You will no longer view yourself as someone who is terrible with finances or someone who constantly needs to read motivational books. Instead, you will see yourself as an architect of your own environment. You have accepted that human willpower is flawed, and you chose to build systems that protect you from your own impulses. By recognizing your cognitive biases and designing a life around them, you guarantee your financial success. Stop trying to be a deeply disciplined person and instead build an invisible cage around your money that allows your wealth to grow completely uninterrupted.